There were 155 people listed to appear here at Maitland Local Court this week. But what were the cases about? We know one guy is accused of allegedly setting fire to the Lake Macquarie Council building because his name appeared again this week for another court mention. But there's no public information about what's going on. Did he enter a plea? Did the case get transferred into one of the Lake Macquarie local courts? As for the remaining 154 people, I can't find any police media releases or media stories about their cases. And I do have a correction from the previous 2 weeks where I failed to mention 2 cases. 2 of the 3 Rutherford tobacconists charged with allegedly possessing too many vapes were listed to appear over the last 2 weeks. This was their first mention at Maitland since appearing at Parramatta Local Court on New Year's Day. The 3rd tobacconist from the group will have their first mention here in mid-February. There wasn't a media story about these most recent court mentions, so how do we know what the case is about? A national newspaper did a story about the tobacconists. So sometimes you can find out public information about a Maitland case by reading a national newspaper. Finally, being the end of January, let's look at the total cases for the month. There are about 600 people with cases heard this month at Maitland according to the court list. And I can find public information about 7 of them. The New Year's Eve police pursuit, the Cessnock Road fatal car accident from August last year, the Lake Macquarie Council building fire, the school teacher accused of having child abuse material, 1 high-range drink driver, and 2 out of 3 tobacconists who were accused of having too many vapes. So that's 7 out of 600 cases that we, the public, know about. Why we heard about those 7, I'm not sure. So can I point out the elephant in the courtroom, so to speak? Just by looking at the court list, we know approximately half of those 600 people appeared at Maitland because their alleged offending fell into the same crime genre. That's 300 cases just from January that have very similar offending, however there's no public information. Surely if half the cases going through this courthouse have something in common, that's worth a conversation about. Interesting that there is silence when it comes to the most common offence of all. Why is there silence? Is it that this type of offending is a given, and so does that mean it's sort of acceptable offending? Can you pick which genre of offending I'm referring to? Let's see what we can find out about cases heard here at Maitland Local Court in February.